You can access the PowerShell terminal here in the desktop. When you open your PowerShell, in most computers, the default directory that you will find yourself in is the System32 directory. This is a very delicate directory. You must not mess up any file inside it. Otherwise, your laptop will start malfunctioning. The System32 directory is your system directory, which is like the powerhouse of your laptop. So, in this case, I advise you to leave the system directory immediately after you open PowerShell and you go to the home directory. To go to the home directory, you simply need to enter the command cd, then press enter. Now, I am in the additional language directory. That is my home directory. Here, I can do anything I like. Checking the list of the contents of this current directory using the ls command, you can see all the directories I have there. You can see that they are highlighted in blue. This is because they are all directories. None of them is a file. So let me go into the desktop directory using cd space desktop. When you are typing the name of the directory, you can press the tab key to autocomplete it and it will show like this. But not to get you confused with all these backslashes, let me type it manually. Now we are in the desktop directory, which is the same as my desktop screen in the GUI. When I enter ls, you can see that everything I have on my desktop screen is what is listed in PowerShell. Let's confirm that. You can see I have the brief file here in PowerShell, and you can see it here also in my desktop screen. You can see CapCut in PowerShell and also in the GUI. You can see Gilisoft in both PowerShell and GUI. You can see my codes also. You can see the PowerShell file. This confirms that the desktop directory in PowerShell is the same as the desktop screen in the GUI. Let's create a directory named testing PowerShell with the mkdir command. You can see that immediately I press enter in the terminal, the folder is created instantly in the GUI. And checking the list of the contents in the current directory, you can see that we now have testing PowerShell directory here, highlighted in blue. Let's create another directory. Let's name it learn. You can see it has also appeared in the GUI. We can delete a directory in the PowerShell using the rm-r command. Let's delete the learn directory. You can see that it has been deleted in the GUI and also in the PowerShell. It is important for you to know that if you delete anything in the GUI, you can still retrieve it back through the recycle bin. But if you delete anything in PowerShell or any other terminal, you cannot retrieve it back. It is gone forever. So be careful with the way you use the rm command. If you mistakenly use it on a wrong file or directory, you can never see it again. Let's delete the testing PowerShell directory too. Now you can see that we don't have any directory here again. We can use the echo command to create a file in PowerShell, just like this. Let's name the file hello.txt. You can see that immediately I press enter, the file shows up in the GUI. You can also see it in the PowerShell. To read the file, we use the cat command. You can see that we have the hello world that we wrote inside the file when we were creating it with echo. If we open the file inside the GUI, it opens with Notepad, and you can also see the hello world there too. Let's create a directory named test with the mkdir command. Opening it in the GUI, you can see that it is an empty file. If we also check the list of the contents of the test directory, you can see here that it is also empty. So let's move the hello.txt file into the test directory using the mv command. You can see that it takes effect instantly in the GUI after I enter the command in the terminal. Opening the test folder in the GUI, you can see that it is no longer empty. We now have hello.txt file there. Likewise, checking the list of the contents of the test directory in the PowerShell, you can see that we also have the hello.txt file there. Almost all the commands in the Ubuntu terminal work in PowerShell. If you know how to operate the Ubuntu terminal, you will be able to operate PowerShell.